Hey, I'm Lucia, your host for today. I'm excited to chat with you. Think of this as a quick coffee catch up about accounting careers. We'll keep it short around 10 minutes and just dive into your story, your take on the industry, and anything you think other accountants should hear. Sound good?
Yes.
Awesome. Let's kick it off with the classic question. How did you first get into accounting? What's your origin story?
So I originally got into accounting, I guess, by luck more than design. I did a GMVQ Advanced in Business at Bournemouth and Paul College. One of the modules was finance and accounting. I think there were 30 plus students on our course, and I was one of only three that would regularly attend the finance and accounting sessions. Off the back of that, I guess I fell into knowing that I was quite good at something that other people struggled with. So I just then tapped into that. I found that more interesting. Started to look at accounting as a career, which is something that I've never really considered prior to that.
I love that it's like accounting chose you. It's funny how sometimes just showing up can reveal a hidden talent, right? So once you realized you were good at it and started exploring it as a career, was there a moment where you thought, yep, this is the path for me? Or maybe a moment where you questioned it?
I think essentially once I knew that it was something that I had a bit of a skill for, I just looked at that as a potential career path and what did I need to do next? What was the career prospects like? I don't come from a background with a family that kind of um, I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Academic in terms of their career paths that they've chosen. So it's quite a weird thing for me to do, but once I've looked into the details and I realised it was something that would, challenge me, push me, potentially allow me to, travel, and ultimately learn a skill set that I would be able to apply to multiple other potential careers, even if accountancy wasn't the right one for me. Plus,
That's such a
it also had decent prospect in terms of, earning potential, which definitely appealed to me.
that's such a thoughtful way to approach it. You saw accounting as not just a career, but a foundation that could open doors to so many other opportunities. And hey, the earning potential doesn't hurt either, right? It sounds like you were really intentional about your path, even though it wasn't something you grew up around. I'm curious now that you've been in the field for a while, what's something you think people outside of accounting totally misunderstand about what you do?
The biggest misconception about accounting, bar none, is that it's very numbers orientated and you need to be a mathematician to work in accounting.
Oh,
And it's all
100.
just yeah, and it's just completely, mundane, repetitive, and you sit in a dark office in a corner somewhere and don't talk to people.
Right. The old bean counter in the corner stereotype, it's wild how that still sticks, even though the reality is so different. I mean, accounting is so much more about problem solving, strategy, and honestly, people skills. Would you say that's been your experience?
Yeah, 100%. The
Exactly.
biggest biggest thing I found is ultimately I spend an awful lot of my time problem solving, which is something that I really enjoy doing. And I know it's an aspect that a lot of other people that enjoy accounting really enjoy is that kind of problem solving aspect, but also the people side, the kind of soft skills. We spend a lot of time talking to people that don't necessarily understand finances. So you need to broach that in a way that it appeals to them, and they understand the numbers. They might not necessarily understand a spreadsheet of data in front of them, but I find that what makes me a good accountant is the ability to be a good storyteller and to put the information in a way that resonates with the person that's receiving it.
Oh, I love that being a good accountant is being a good storyteller. That's such a fresh take, and it makes so much sense. It's not just about crunching numbers, it's about translating them into something meaningful for people who might not speak finance. Do you have a moment that stands out where you really nailed that storytelling piece? Like where you helped someone see the bigger picture through the numbers?
Yeah, I think ultimately the downside of being an accountant is a lot of the time that what you're doing is actually breaking bad news to people, or certainly what feels like bad news. So even a good news story is, hey, well done, business is performing really well, you've got to pay more tax. And people just hone in on the I've got to pay more tax side of things. So it's always a difficult one, I think, being an accountant when you're talking to people about how you package that information in a way that, whilst there are pluses, there's also downsides. I think probably one of the most pertinent stories I have about how to do that is working with a company that were working on 3-year contracts, and they would take the income all in year one, and the directors had paid themselves dividends based on the fact that the company had performed, particularly well, not allowing for the fact that, they're taking 3 years worth of income in year one, and they still had to provide that service over that period. Sitting down and talking to them about, what the numbers actually should have looked like, and then unpicking how we resolve the issues that they're created in the business through taking dividends when actually they weren't in a position to do so. It's probably one of the stories that sticks in my mind in terms of how I navigated that from a kind of, what could have been a negative situation, but gave the directors the information to move forward and understand their business better and make much more sensible choices in decision making going forward.
Wow, that's such a powerful example. I mean, you took what could have been a really tough negative situation and turned it into a learning moment for them, not just about fixing the immediate issue, but helping them understand their business on a deeper level. That's such a testament to the value accountants bring beyond just the numbers. It's like you're part advisor, part translator, part problem solver. So, looking at the industry as a whole, what's exciting you right now? Or maybe frustrating you?
The frustrating part for me at the moment is the AI talk. We are inundated with messages about how AI is going to change the industry, revolutionize the industry, turn people away from this type of work. There's going to be less jobs. I'm probably a bit, longer in the tooth these days that we had digital accounting, cloud accounting before AI. All of these things definitely disrupt the way in which we work, mainly in a positive, in a positive fashion. So I think that frustrates me at the moment, that it's all about how it's going to take work away. But ultimately, if that enables us to be more present, more available to our clients to give them the information that they require, then I see us actually having a more powerful relationship with our clients, and something that they would be prepared to pay more for, because there's greater value in that than just number crunching. So I
Yes.
think we need to get away from the kind of the scaremongering and the doomsday side of AI, and what it actually presents us with opportunities moving forwards.
Yes, exactly. I am so with you on that. The AI is coming for your job narrative is exhausting and it totally misses the point. Like you said, these tools can actually free accountants up to focus on the human side of the work, the storytelling, the advising, the deeper client relationships. It's not about replacing us, it's about enhancing what we can do. Honestly, I think the future of accounting sounds more exciting than ever when you frame it like that. Before I let you go, though, who's someone else in accounting whose story I absolutely need to hear next?
There's only one person for me that you need to speak to next, and that's a guy called Dave Selleck, who inspires me, and keeps me passionate about the profession, and what's achievable, and what we could be doing and what we should be striving for on a daily basis.
Dave Selleck, love it. He sounds like someone I definitely need to chat with. Thanks for the recommendation. And honestly, thank you for such a thoughtful, insightful conversation today. You've given me so much gold to work with. Let's stay in touch, and I'll let you know when this goes live.
Thank you for your time.
The pleasure was all mine. Thanks again, and have a great rest of your day. Talk soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Take care.